are these people?
Go ahead.
So, keep an eye out in Iran for new U.S. military involvement because Iran found lithium. We know lithium is massively important, especially when we find it in places like Africa and South America. We tend to decide to coup and control those countries. So, Iran lithium field discovery to change balance of power, says Israeli media. Okay, so that's the Israelis complaining. So this is from Al Mayadeen English. Iran's discovery of lithium fields on its territories is sending shockwaves within the Israeli occupation, with the latter saying it will lead to a major geopolitical shift. So this is the, Israelis saying this. The discovery of the Iranian lithium reservoir could lead to a shift in the regional balance of power and grant Tehran an unprecedented geopolitical and economic position. Israeli geopolitics expert Anat Hochberg Maron told Israeli Maariv newspaper on Saturday. She added that Israel will closely monitor how Tehran will try to use this discovery to its advantage. The newspaper said Iran's military strength. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's like Israel.
Israel. Right. The newspaper said Iran's military strength and recent thawing of relations with Arab countries, particularly Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt, as well as its military exercises at sea, including with India and Pakistan, pose a significant concern for the Israeli occupation. It might maybe stop occupying. The newspaper also noted that Iran was strengthening its strategic relations with Russia, not to mention China, along with its close ties with Indonesia, the largest country in the Muslim world.
Who is a madman?
It is expected that Iran's economic position and geopolitical influence will grow even greater soon, especially in light of the discovery of a massive lithium field containing 8.5 million tons of the precious mineral, making it the second largest in the world after Chile. Second largest. That's a lot of lithium. It is located in the Hamadan province in western Iran, so they got a good hold on that.
So one thing, Reef.
Yes.
There's another issue, and it relates to our next story.
Why
Israel might be getting a little knock-kneed.
Yes.
Iran is looking to play, or at least join a certain group.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And Israel's essentially,
how dare you?
How dare you?
Right.
So
it
I
all
love
relates.
it so much. I love, and all these sanctions on them and all that stuff. It's going to go real well for us, Israel, NATO in general. Just they're really coming up Millhouse. So according to the Israeli expert, hold on. Thus, the discovery is not only significant because it holds 10%. What about the 10% of the world's white gold reserves, currently estimated at around 89 million tons, but also because it has the potential to buff the Iranian economy and seemingly nullify the effectiveness of the imposed sanctions. See? Sanctions. It is considered a winning trump card for the Islamic Republic. Why do they gotta make everything about Trump, Collin? Huh? Why do they gotta do that? So rude. According to the Israeli expert, the discovery could have a significant impact of global energy and mining markets, as well as the global battery and electric vehicle industries. It expected that all of this will lead to long-term changes in the global economy and politics, shifting the balance of power once again to the Middle East. I don't know when it's had power, but, a senior official in the Iranian Ministry of Industry and Mines stated that the world's largest lithium reservoir is located outside of South America, which represents 50% of the global resources. And it is the second largest reservoir after the one in Chile, which contains 9.2 million tons of lithium, the one in Chile. What did we say this one was? Go back this way.
Uh,
8.5.
Right.
Yeah, so that's legitimate amount. The mineral is considered the crown jewel due to its immense value and importance in battery production for various electronic industries, including electric vehicles, laptops, mobile phones, solar panels, drones, and energy storage purposes. So, the Israeli newspaper said the discovery offers significant economic opportunities and rare energy resources for the Iranian government. It is already evident that by controlling about 10% of the world's lithium and consumption and having dominance over the strategic raw material, Iran will emerge as a major geopolitical player in global politics and economy. That's what they're already doing.
As well, especially if they join BRICS.
Well, they already control 10% of it.
Right.
So now with this, you're talking about they control quite a bit of it.
Right.
So Iran will emerge in the face of the escalating climate crisis, the lithium field, along with other energy sources, including nuclear, right? We've been trying to keep the Iranians off that for a while now, have we not? So provides power, political influence, economic strength, and energy for the Tehran government. It is expected that all these aspects and their implications will be leveraged to benefit the region, including the international arena. Consequently, not only is it likely to significantly enhance Iran's influence, but it may also surpass that of Gulf states, namely major oil producers in the world, particularly Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Right? So this situation could shift the balance of power and regional dynamics in Iran's favor. Without lithium in trade, Iran traded with Iraq, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait 50.08 million tons of goods worth 29.22 billion during the first 10 months of the current Iranian year, registering a 0.08% year-on-year rise in weight and 15.43% year-on-year increase in value, according to the latest data by the Islamic region of Iran's Customs Administration. Iran's top trade partner was the UAE, with 20.27 million tons, worth 19.77 billion, Kyber. 19 billion. That's a big number. Iraq follows with 24.3 million tons, worth 9.8 billion, and Kuwait with 4.7 million tons, worth 181 million. During the same period, Iran's non-oil exports to the six states hit 38.93 million tons, valued at 14 billion, to record a 2.9% and a 23.91 rise in terms of weight and value, respectively. The finding would strengthen Iran's negotiating position within various economic and security alliance and agreements, shifting the focus of attention from the oil market to the lithium and white gold mining industries in the region, the Israeli newspaper exclaimed.
I love gold!
So, thoughts so far, Care Bear?
I mean, BRICS is looking mighty good.
Mighty fine. Keep in mind, we've covered this recently. I'm sure they're not happy about someone like Imran Khan, who would be willing to share that wealth with his people and keep it for Iran. I'm sure they wouldn't like that very much, especially if he doesn't want to deal with U.S. powers, right? We definitely want that lithium, baby. So, you know, maybe some of those coups might have a separate reason.
Right.
And all the stuff that they've been talking about Iran. The narrative management for Iran has been growing. Why do you think that is, peoples? Like, you think they're somehow worse than Saudi Arabia suddenly? Like, you know, okay. So from a medium to long-term economic perspective, lithium prices, which have been rising in recent years due to increasing global demand and demand for lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles, are expected to maintain a similar trend, significantly enriching the Iranian economy. Furthermore, the newspaper stated that this discovery represents a victory in consciousness against the U.S. and its allies, especially Israel. It could lead to stronger relations with China in additional
Yeah.
countries in Southeast Asia, particularly Indonesia, and enhance the relations between the Middle East and Asia. From Tehran's perspective, the discovery already increases its ability to maneuver among a large number of players, potentially reducing its reliance on the United States and the West. God forbid. The newspaper concluded by stating there is no doubt that Iran, as a nuclear threshold state, possesses political, economic, and energy capabilities along with boldness, development, and high motivation. Especially with the discovery of the lithium field, it is expected to be extremely significant and much more than it already is. The first lithium deposit was discovered by Iranian geologists in the northwestern province of Hamadan, and the reserves are assessed at 8.5 million tons. You want to try that name?
Molagebe?
Molabegi? Molabegi pointed to the world's limited lithium reserves and noted that it is a key element needed in manufacturing electric batteries, other advanced industries, strategic alloys, and defense industries. Collin, who do you think the biggest user of lithium is?
We are.
But more specifically.
Oh, the Defense Department.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. United States military, for the kids playing at home. But you know, the judges talk to us. We'll accept that answer. But yeah, I mean, so and they've also pushed, as they push our military to be greener, you're gonna require a lot more batteries.
Right.
So we
But
tend to use quite a bit of it.
Here's the thing about that, though. And, like, I know, shout out to Savvy, I know she played a clip or a video regarding this, but the idea of, like, we're looking to try and get green, you know, like, we're pushing, you know, solar panels and electric vehicles and, you know, all that stuff, which people are selling here is, you know, it's more economical and it's green friendly. But the issue is you're still having to exploit people in the global south in order to obtain the elements needed in order for you to make that car, in order for you to build that solar panel. And that's what it's not necessarily talking about. It's still that exploitation that still exists, even though we're trying to be more economically more green. So something just to kind of keep in mind, and I think especially with Iran, and we've talked about this now, similar, a lithium field was discovered in, which African country?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah.
Zimbabwe.
Same thing, you know, and
JB, I think, called like expect U.S. military involvement. You know, it's the new oil.
Well, the only difference with this is that Iran has nuclear
capabilities.
Weapons. You know, so
now we have to deal with them. And Israel is shaking in its boots right now with that. They are so upset at this discovery, and it may lead to more discoveries. Like, that area might be a hotbed for lithium production if it's already got stores that are that much.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can imagine, if it's not just there, I can imagine what more can be held in Africa, and especially with more African countries applying to get into BRICS. You know, like, especially with China and Russia as huge contingency of that coalition, like, the West in Europe and America is not going to stand a chance.
No.